Edge at 11 starts now.
Our top story tonight, auto thefts aren't a new topic here on The Edge, but we've never seen it done quite like this.
Okay, here's the plot. To ship hundreds of high-end stolen vehicles overseas, and that's all been halted by investigators. Fox 2 was on the scene earlier today as police executed a high-stakes sting operation. Our own Jessica Dupek has been all over this from the start. Jess, this operation took a lot of planning.
Yeah, the layers to this investigation, absolutely incredible. Law enforcement from the local, state, and federal level. It all started here in Dearborn with a relatively run-of-the-mill car theft. When investigators realized it was a little bit much at the local level, they called in the feds. It all culminated earlier today with a dozen raids in Detroit and in the suburbs. And we're talking about $40 million in auto thefts, and they were stuffed in shipping containers headed for overseas.
We're looking at right now at least 400 vehicles that have been seized that involved in this incident alone, with a value of over $40 million right now.
Stolen in Metro Detroit over the last 2 years from manufacturers, storage lots, even people's homes. A sophisticated operation started with thieves who ripped off rides bought by so-called brokers and then handled by smugglers.
A lot of these vehicles were sent to the Middle East. Iraq, Dubai were some of the countries that these vehicles were sent to.
Even Jordan and Ghana forged paperwork to get them out of town. In one case, shipping containers full of high-end SUVs disguised as antifreeze on the paperwork. 14 locations raided Thursday, including here in Dearborn off Prospect. Shipping containers with stolen rides inside cracked open. Vehicles hauled off by Homeland Security investigations, Dearborn Police, and other partners.
Over 2 years investigation, 8 people in custody with federal charges. We're looking more than likely to have additional people charged.
Investigators tell me it's the biggest bust of its kind here in Michigan history, possibly one of the biggest busts across the country. Now, it's interesting. What's the one thing that we can kind of all agree on here in Michigan? It's those high auto insurance rates. It's busts like these that will affect those rates moving forward. Reporting live in Dearborn, Jessica Dupek on The Edge.
Yeah, I know we saw some of the suspects' names there. Do they think there are other people involved that they just haven't gotten a hold of yet?
Oh, yeah, Rube, we're talking large-scale investigation, even moving forward. This is really just the tip of the iceberg. There's lots of layers that you have to go through to get shipping containers to places like Dubai and Jordan. So we're talking more arrests to come.
And we'll be following it. I know you will. Jessica Dupek for us live tonight. Thank you.
And a breaking update to a controversial case out of Detroit after a woman was wrongly accused of carjacking based partially on facial recognition technology that incorrectly ID'd her as a suspect.
Portia Woodruff, who was 8 months pregnant at the time, spent 10 hours in jail after being wrongfully arrested back in February of 2023. After police admitted their mistake, she filed a lawsuit against the department. But new tonight, a judge has dismissed that suit. Now, this is breaking news, so we are still reading through the judge's ruling. Stay with Fox 2 for the latest on this story as it develops.
A prisoner back in handcuffs tonight after he escaped and sparked a manhunt for most of the day. Inkster police say Antonio Hollingsworth had been involved in a deadly crash and was taken to Garden City Hospital to be checked out. Police say that's when he slipped out of his cuffs when an officer left the room and then ran away, even though a nurse was in the room.
She was in there giving him meds, and the officer asked, "Can you just stay here until I run to the bathroom?" And when he came back, the prisoner had gotten out of the handcuffs.
Officers say they caught the suspect at the CVS on Ford Road in Inkster after a clerk recognized him and called police. Well, disgusting details regarding accusations of criminal sexual conduct at Detroit's Sinai Grace Hospital.
A nurse is accused of attacking several women, among them a medically incapacitated patient. According to prosecutors, 47-year-old Wilfredo Figueroa Barrios of Wayne exposed himself to the patient, directed her to touch his private parts, and got her to perform a sex act on him. But the nurse's lawyer points out that the complaining witness had a blood alcohol level 6 times the legal limit, making the claims suspect.
The defendant's role as a nurse carries professional legal duty to safeguard vulnerable patients. Instead, He's alleged to have exploited his position and preyed upon an incapacitated person under his care.
If these acts took place at the ER, then there is a lot of other people around, and there's a lot of people that are there that would be assisting him in doing his duties.
Figueroa Barrios is also charged in a case from May involving a 41-year-old woman. He's facing multiple counts of criminal sexual conduct. The hospital is suspending him indefinitely. All new tonight, Roblox facing yet another lawsuit related to alleged predators prowling on the gaming platform.
And this time, a law firm representing a woman from the UP is pounding the table for a trial, accusing Roblox of allowing predators to target minors. The lawsuit claims a predator set their sights on the Dickinson County woman back in 2016 when she was only 11 years old. She says she met the suspect while playing a game on Roblox, and he sexually assaulted her later on. Attorneys claim predators use in-game currency to coerce minors into sending sexually abusive material or meeting in person.
Where in anyone's right mind would we ever allow a stranger in their 30s or 40s to hang out by a park or a public school and be offering kids money?
The latest legal battle comes after an Oakland County girl launched a lawsuit against Roblox. She says a man posed as another child to groom her. In a statement, Roblox says they're implementing technology to help detect and prevent inappropriate behavior, and safety is the top priority.
What do you think? Wow. Awesome. I wish I knew how to say awesome in Arabic.
Dearborn Heights residents giving glowing reviews to police. The department recently unveiled the country's first police patch to feature Arabic. Officers have the option to place it on their uniform.
Honestly, I think it's a great idea just because we have a lot of Middle Eastern community around Dearborn Heights and Dearborn. So I think it's cool that they're introducing it first time, you said, in the United States of America. So I think it's pretty cool.
An officer in the department designed the patch to reflect diversity in the community, but not everybody is happy about it, saying that the rules of America should apply to badges as well. A downriver teacher is in hot water after hanging classroom banners that are too political, according to some parents.
With phrases like Black Lives Matter and love is love, the teacher says it's all about being inclusive, but many say personal politics have no place in school. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin spoke with that teacher, and joining us live with more because she obviously doesn't think it's personal politics. She thinks this is everyday life.
Yeah, you know, a lot of questions by a lot of people on different sides with this. This teacher you're about to meet, she says she was aghast to see a picture that someone took of these banners in her classroom go viral several times over on social media. We'll show video of it right now and tell you all about it here. It happened just a few days ago at the start of the school year. Shelby DeSimpler says that people are now taking to social media saying that she should be punched in the mouth, have her teaching license revoked, while some want her fired. So some are threatening violence, which is never okay, of course, she says. Shelby teaches 9th and 10th grade English and hung one banner that says Black Lives Matter, along with another honoring Taylor Swift for being outspoken with her liberal political views. Another banner says science is real, love is love, women's rights are human rights, and no human is illegal. She says she never talks to her students about who they should support or vote for, and she really means no harm.
At the end of the day, all I want is my students to feel welcome, supported, loved, included in my classroom. If parents ever had told me at like parent-teacher conferences or open house, have a conversation with me about it, like, hey, I'm not super comfortable with this, I would have been more than happy to take them down while their student was in my room or have a conversation with me and my principal. But they decided to use social media.
Now, she says the school administration did check on her to make sure she's doing okay after getting those online threats of violence, but also that the district says they have to take those signs down, that there can't be any political signs of any sort on school property. We did reach out to the school district for comment. We haven't heard back just yet. Reporting live, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Yeah, we have a poll right now, and we want to be able to read those results. It said, do you think that parents should be able to decide how a teacher decorates a classroom? And we have 74% saying no. So That's an interesting take on that as well. But still, a lot of parents complain, and that's where we are right now. So what's next?
Yeah, a lot of strong opinions on this. And, you know, she says those signs have been up there for 4 years and she hasn't had a problem until now. It's likely this will go to the school board in terms of a policy review, but we're waiting to hear back from the district to learn more about next steps, too.
All right. Thanks so much for that report, Dave.
All right, 57 degrees out right now. A cool night across our area, but not as cold as some spots up north.
It's September, but snowflakes already flying in western UP, and thankfully we don't have to worry about that yet here, Rich.
Don't look. No, there's no snow in our forecast, but yes, over the last couple of days, way up there in the Keweenaw, there were a few wet flakes. Our next cold front is going to bring some wind to the area tomorrow. A lot of the rain that's over Wisconsin and the UP is going to stay north of us over the next 24 to 36 hours. Obviously, it's dry right now. It was actually a pretty decent day with sun and clouds, just a bit cooler than what we had yesterday when we hit 83. Here are the daytime highs today. 68 for us, 65 Mount Pleasant, even cooler up there for the tip of the thumb. 68 and 54. When you put the numbers together, about 8 degrees below average. Here's your rainfall total since midnight. This was all early this morning, about 1/3 of an inch. How about these numbers? 45 Ann Arbor right now, 61 Mount Clemens, 51 in Flint, 50 in Howe. Not much of a breeze right now, but after sunrise, this wind is quickly going to ramp up tomorrow. We will likely see some gusts on Friday up to 40 miles per hour, but it's going to be a warm breeze. We will get up near 70 degrees, 49 at the Sioux right now, 58 in Columbus. There's our next frontal boundary. Again, most of the rain stays well off to our north. Quite a bit of wind energy, then some cooler numbers for the weekend. You'll see it all coming up in the 7-day. Cool and dry for the rest of tonight. Thickening clouds close to sunrise. Tomorrow, all the way up to 72, but it will be blustery out there. And then cooler numbers for Saturday and Sunday. And how about that? Another warm up for the middle part of next week. A full check at 4 a.m.